Hello everyone, this is Terry Newsom from Behind Enemy Lines. I also co-host for Sharona, America's Mom, from time to time, so they were grateful enough to let us use their booth for our interview with Rebecca, who I'm proud to have here. Being from Illinois with the crazy, corrupt teachers union, you're going to like to hear her story because we're living it in Illinois. We have the teachers unions in the state of Illinois paying off Republicans, like my senator minority leader, Senator Curran, whose daughter goes to school, my daughter, and he takes money from the teachers union, and he will not denounce porn in his own daughter's school because he wants the teachers union to be happy. So basically they gave him money for his silence, and that's how powerful they are. So I want to pass it off to Rebecca. Tell our audience, tell these people in Illinois a little about your story and what you're doing.
Great. Well, I'm Rebecca Friedrichs, longtime public school teacher from California, very familiar with the unions. The first thing I want to say is they call themselves teacher unions because they want people to think that they represent teachers and they want to get the good vibes that teachers always brought. They do not represent teachers. They are run by communists, and they have infiltrated the teaching profession for decades, and they have destroyed the American educational system. They've dumbed it down. They've harmed the children, removed phonics and things like that. The unions are the root of every problem in our schools. They brought in the sexualization of the children. They're behind boys dominating girls' sports.
Yeah.
They truly are,
Yeah.
along with the PTA. I hate to say that the PTA is corrupted by the unions. They're behind the critical race theory, all of it. You see a problem in your school, like has your school become a war zone? The unions are at fault. So I left the classroom. Well, first of all, in 2013, I served as lead plaintiff in a case against the unions, Friedrichs versus California Teachers Association. We also sued NEA. Our case went up to the U.S. Supreme Court, and our goal was to end forced unionism in the United States for every government employee, not just teachers, all government employees, DMV, VA, CDC, they're unionized, that's why they're corrupt. So most of our three-letter agencies are unionized by corrupt unions. No one has to pay them anymore thanks to the fight of some teachers who love the students out of California and another gentleman in Illinois, actually. So now I just go around and educate people on the absolute wickedness of the unions, that they don't represent good teachers. Also wrote a book, Standing Up to Goliath. Goliath is the unions. And we just do our best to try to educate people that they no longer have to pay these wicked unions.
Yeah, I was disgusted when I learned Senator Curran, who is a 6'8" giant man, but he's weak morally. I pleaded with him for 2 years to stand up against the porn in our daughter's school. And the man said, oh, it'll become political if I get involved. It is political. The left wants porn, we don't. And this is 2 years back when I didn't know that the man took money until this last summer from the teachers union. So they basically bought him off.
Absolutely.
The Democratic Teachers Union bought the man off for his silence. So he's not even a father or a man or a Republican. If you won't stand up for what's right for your daughter, even if you're a Democrat, right? Porn is bad. We're not against gay people. I have nothing against, every time I talk, I'm not anti-gay. I'm anti-porn. There's a big difference.
Exactly.
And what they try to tell us when we speak out, that the gay children will not feel included if we don't have porn in the schools. And you know what? I got boy-girl twins. It doesn't matter if you're a gay child or heterosexual child, right? They're still children. And my kids don't need to see porn to feel included. Why do gay kids have to have porn to feel included? It's not the children saying that. It's the teachers. It's the teachers' unions, communists trying to divide us. Another thing that they'd like to say, oh, the suicide rate is higher amongst the LGBTQ kid, so they have to feel included. I bet you my right arm that not one gay child commits suicide unless they have porn in the school. That's another lie.
There you go.
It has nothing to do with porn. It's about the Marxists dividing our children from the parents, and they want to make them weak, just like they did to the colleges of my generation. And these people became weak lemmings. And then they went from Republican CEOs to brainwashed, radicalized Democratic lemmings that are following them and destroying America. And they want to control our children. They got the colleges. They got half the high schools at least now. They're creeping into they're creeping into the grammar schools with gender queer and all this crazy stuff. And fathers, you got to help the moms. I don't know how it is in California. It's
Lots
like very few dads. And I'm embarrassed, right? Because you guys have all these reasons why I shouldn't do it, or you're scared to go speak up at a school board meeting, or we have the fathers that say, oh yeah, when things get tough in America, I'll get my AR-15 out.
No, they won't. It's tough now.
Yeah, you won't even speak out at a school board, so don't start talking about an AR-15. You know, they're full of crap.
You know what? That just reminds me of something. So everything you're talking about, the division of families, sexualizing the children, that's communism. That's what communists do. They want to take care of everything for your child, feed your child, give your child lunch and breakfast, all this free everything, right? Well, they also emasculate boys.
Yes.
So I watched that through my entire career. They wanted to put all the boys on ADD medicine. And I might be really, unpopular here, but I personally, longtime elementary school teacher, 28 years, and I have 2 boys of my own, I don't believe in ADHD. I think they're calling little boys names. They're calling them deficit and disorder when they're not. They're boys. Boys like to run around. Boys like to spin in circles. Boys like to climb. Boys are loaded with energy. Why? Because they need it to fight.
Yeah.
And they're also supposed to be brave.
Yeah.
And this whole agenda to emasculate the boys is what's made so many men not able to fight. They've been emasculated. Yes. So, and I also have to say, from my gender, female, there's only 2 genders, male and female.
Yeah, right.
So my gender, female, is at fault for falling for the propaganda of the communists in the 60s and telling men to be emasculated.
Yeah.
Women knocked down men. That was wrong. So I'm here to say, ladies, stand with me. Let's lift up the men. Let's let them be men. Let's say, go be strong, go be powerful, go do your thing. And I think the men will step up when we all, encourage them together.
Yeah, my wife, which I understand, is worried about the family, right? And so she wants me out of this, all this crazy stuff happening to me, right?
Yeah.
And so I understand as the mother, the queen bee of the household, right? I understand her wanting me to step aside because of our family, health, all these other reasons that make sense. And I told her, I said, I can't go to my deathbed without trying, right? I have to try for our children because we're going to lose our country.
Yep.
And if we don't stand up and understand how bad it is, we're done. Our kids are done. Our future grandkids are done. The country's done. So whoever sees this, you've got to spread the word. That's why I'm doing my little podcast and having people like Rebecca on here, which is awesome. And we're going to have a longer show on back home. We'll do a remote show because I want all these people in Illinois, and there are some people that were in the unions in Illinois that are getting fed up. I have a couple, they're getting fed up.
Good. Well, I'll tell you something. So we help people free of charge. All they have to do is come to our website. It's called forkidsandcountry.org. Click on Liberate Teachers. Under that drop down, there's Adopt a Teacher, where you can help a teacher to understand how to leave the unions. And most of them don't know the union's bad. They know something's bad, but they don't know it's the union.
Yes.
So once they figure that out, the other drop down under Liberate Teachers, drop down Union Exit.
Yes.
You click on Union Exit. You don't have to be a teacher, any government employee.
Yeah. Click
on Union Exit for free of charge.
Yeah.
We help you get out of the unions. There's literally a map of the United States. You click on your state. So you're Illinois. You click Illinois. Your union comes up. You click on it.
Yes.
And we help you get out. It's so. The American people who are government employees are giving billions upon billions upon billions annually, tax-free, to government unions who aren't really unions. They're using it to push this communist agenda, to undermine your family, against us. They hate America.
Yeah.
So the sooner we cut them off by not giving them money, the sooner we can win this battle.
Yeah, I want to do a quick shout out to Joe Martucci, ex-president of the Teamsters Union. Invited me to present to the Italian-American Labor Council, all the different unions, and I met with lots of union leaders, and these guys are fed up. The union men and women, the rank and file, are tired of this. They're tired of they're starting to see this craziness going on. In Illinois, there's a lot of connectivity between the unions and the Democrats, but you know what I told these guys, if you remember, Joe, it doesn't matter if you're a union employee, if you're a doctor, if you're a salesman, if we don't have a country, who gives a crap about your union? Exactly. If there's no country for it, why are you working, right? You're working for your family, for your children, for the future of your kids.
For freedom.
So unions are great, but you know what?
Some are corrupt.
I'm trying to be politically
I know. His is good. His is good. Teachers union?
But, unions were great, right? But when they start getting so tightly coupled with the communist Marxist Democrats, they're not great anymore. They're destroying America. So you guys got to wake up and join the fight and help us.
Absolutely.
Any
Especially
closing
from
statements?
From the inside, Joe. That'd be great. Thank you. I was a union rep.
Yeah.
Tried to change things from the inside. Didn't work. I found out they didn't like me. They're communists. I guess my last thing I would say is, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. I look forward to the longer show. And if you're out there and you're a government employee, I'm not talking to, your private union construction guy. I'm not talking to you. Government employees. If you're out there and you're paying union dues, dig in. Find out what your union's supporting, because a lot of them are supporting this communist agenda, and they're destroying your freedom and your country. They're pretending to protect you by giving you a raise or something, but then they're using your dues for this horrible stuff. So I would just say, come check us out at forkidsandcountry.org, get yourself educated, and join us. Wouldn't it be amazing if people inside the union kicked out the bad guys?
Yeah.
And, just cleaned up their unions? That'd be great.
I'm trying to
Amazing.
do that with the bad Republicans in my township. I'm coming after you guys.
Yeah, good luck. Hope you can kick them out and replace them with good old-fashioned American citizens.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.